It's a time for pick it from China. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So there is a new Pandora's box in town and we are going to take a closer look at it. Because when it comes to this jungle of Pandora's boxes, there are so many out there. And this one is basically like the game system that you can pick up. But which version are we going to take a close look at today? Today we're going to take a close look at the Pandora CX. This is the 16GB edition. I recently picked it up. I just wanted to see what is out there. The Pandora CX, for the people already know, like there is an original out there, but this is the fake one. And I was so damn curious, what are we going to get with the fake one today? Alright, so the first thing I just need to point out is this power supply. Holy shit, this thing is huge. Like it weighs quite heavy. And it's one of the most heaviest, like durable. It feels durable when it comes to power supplies. So this is a 3 amp, so it's a big boy. Another thing is quite interesting. Let's get this thing out of the way. Is the controller. We're just going to get something else. For the people who have seen my videos, we're also going, we're going to get these bloody like PlayStation fake controllers. But this time, oh man, we're going to get these bad boys. Like holy crap. Like they finally made a decent controller, or that is what I think. So the first thing is like it feels quite heavy, and that's not because of the cable. This thing is like a freaking tank. It feels like a nice quality controller. We do get this very nice floating D-pad. The touch itself is absolutely amazing. Very nice touch of the buttons. Short travel. Very good. Shoulder buttons in combination with the joysticks. Like absolutely cool. And we even have like a special turbo button over here. So holy shit, there is so much stuff that we can like review here on the channel when it comes to controllers. But this thing is absolutely something new. Translucent is absolutely cool. I say absolutely too much, but you get the point. And they call this brand the what? Welcome. Okay. But the controller itself is the WE8600. The Welcome. But it's basically one of these like controls you can use for multiple devices. It has been made for the PlayStation 3, Android, and it has a PC 360 mode. I'm guessing they want to aim at like the Xbox 360 or something like that. But I can say like, I am surprised. And I'm very happy to test it out today. Okay, so let's do a quick teardown, because I just want to see what is in the inside when it comes to the cooling, but also the specifications. So this is one of those main boards you just pick up from AliExpress, some weird looking store. There was also like a fake DX. I'm curious how about that one. So maybe in the future, if you like it, we can check it out just to see if this thing is any good. Because when it comes to these boards, the main problem is you never know what you're going to get. Maybe the menu looks fancy. They just ripped it off from some other like dude. But the main problem is that we do have like maybe a lot of similarities, but when it comes to performance, there we're going to get some big differences and a lot of problems. So before we're going to do a quick teardown, I also want to show you like we do have like a lot of different connectors. We have only one port that we can use for the freaking control like always, so we need to have a USB hub, wasn't included. The setting button, volume control, audio out, VGA out, HDMI out and input for the power supply. So let's remove this bad boy. And here you can see like this is the new generation of Pandora's boxes. What do I mean with new generation? So I already seen this before. They're not using active fans anymore. No like passive cooling. Yeah, there's passive cooling, but not like the original cooling elements we've seen in the past. No, this is just like a freaking metal plate. They also put a sticker over here, Pandora CX. Let's get this thing out. Let's see if I can rip it out. Or do I need, no, I need to clip it open. Let's see if I can get it ripped out like that. Another thing they changed out is of course the layout and of course the boards. The boards are so small compared with, let's say, the older ones. Okay, so let's do a quick side-by-side comparison with the Pandora Game 3D. And here you can see already like the size is completely different. These boards are like tiny. And the reason they do this is the only way I can think of is like they want to produce these things cheaper and cheaper every single day. You can see like the first generation had an active fan. I love these things. Yeah, it's a little bit of a bummer that they got rid of it. So let's remove the plastic, remove the plastic plugs. I want to see underneath this. What is underneath the metal plate? Alright, so these things can be removed fairly easy. Just basically touch the two pins over here and you can just pop them out. That's it. So when you're looking at this, it's absolutely like cheap and very basic chipsets they are using. Alright, let's try to focus. I'll show you what I mean. So here you can see like we do have the rock chip that are using in handhelds. This is the RK 3128. So basically they went from different ones. I guess they remember they have like the H3L winner, like these really cheap models. They're not using them, or most of the manufacturers that use it. They went from that to the rock chip. It's not like a very big step up. It's not like, whoo, we're going to get amazing performance now. But yeah, it's always a little bit better. So this thing has been made in 2021. But yeah, despite it, there's nothing much to see. Despite like some RAM chips and stuff like that. Alright, let's boot it up and let's see what we're going to get with the menu. Okay guys, so this is the all famous Pandora Saga CX. But what are we going to get? So basically it's the same stuff that we have seen before. And what do I mean with the same stuff? So the menu is basically a rip-off from the Pandora's Box number 6. So this is just a mix with MAME, some PlayStation 1, and when you're looking closely you will see maybe some 8-bit and lost 16-bit games. So this is not going to be a big collection. There are also like all kinds of big collection out there. Another thing I just want to point out, here you can see like, oh man, they are doing this all over again. Like adding a lot of double games, some hacked versions. But then overall, when you're looking closely to the list, you will see a lot of double stuff. Yeah, and this is something you need to be happy with. I don't know, to be honest. You can see like there is even some Game Boy Advance to it. So a very interesting mix. So what is normally the most interesting part? In my opinion, it's just the configuration settings or the menu. The reason why, because here we can maybe find some new things. So let's take a close look at the game settings. And here we can basically mess around with the game settings if you want to. So here you can like see what you want to change out, like difficulty, lives and such kind of things. But when you're looking at the system configuration, unfortunately there was no like changes. They made it like absolutely a copy of the original one. We do have quality optimization, something I really hate. We do have like the scan line. I must say like quality optimization, hate it. Let's put it this way, I don't really like it, but it's more like a personal thing. And over here we can see the gamepad settings. Okay, so that's it. But okay, so when it comes to the menu and all the stuff, nothing happens over here. And I mean like nothing happens. We have seen a lot of Pandora's boxes, but there are no new things. Okay, so let's take a close look at some games and let's see how the performance is of this box. Okay, the weird thing with this controller is that my start has been moved from over here to the right trigger button. Okay, that's kind of weird. Okay, nevertheless, let's see how this thing actually plays. Yeah, so that is not a good thing. Oh boy, let's reset the controller. Okay, so that seems to be doing the trick. There's a weird click in the D-pad. But let's see what we're going to get with the gameplay, because I'm really curious if this thing even plays some PlayStation 1, because some of these boxes do have issues with it. Alright, so Y button doesn't do anything, so the controls are absolutely messed up here. Okay, you can see here's the quick load, quick save, so they did have fixed that issue. Here, like, everything is completely messed up with this controller. It's a little bit of a bummer. Okay, so both of the joysticks, you can move with both of the joysticks, holy crap. Like, the controller quality is not bad at all, but this is just the box handling the freaking controller. You can see like I automatically start walking to the left. Oh boy, this is a nightmare. Okay, so let's see how the D-pad actually plays with a fighting game. The D-pad's absolutely freaking amazing. So they actually did give us a good controller, but I think the problem is not with the controller itself. I think it's just a problem that the Android the freaking Pandora's box has some issues with this controller combination. Okay, so let's try a MAME game just to see how that runs. Alligator Hunt, if I'm saying it correctly, that was the title of this game. Really cool shoot 'em up. Or shoot 'em up, I mean shooter. A really fun game to play. but runs just fine. Another option they ripped off from the DX is of course the category mode. Here we can scroll through the categories and also have the option to play the recent games and the search result. So let's take a close look with this. Let's see if we can even like try to find the games that I wanted to try out. Press OK. And that boot up some Mortal Kombat 1. And I will think this will have like a very long loading time like most boxes. Yeah. Alright, great. So far so good. Wow, the CPU is getting lame ass mode in the first round. Alright, so next up I wanted to play a Super NES game. One of my favorite ones, Wild Guns. Absolutely amazing game to play. One thing I find quite annoying that the volume is quite low on this system. Okay guys, so when you're looking at this mainboard, it's the same stuff that we've seen many times before. They are rebranding this mainboard into newer models. I also have seen it with in 2022 Pandora's box, something like that. So that's what they're doing. They did improve it from the H3, that really old one. So we do have some better options now when it comes to the cheap boards. So another thing, like the controller, it is supportive, or it does communicate with the Pandora's box or Pandora Saga thing. But the main problem is it doesn't have the right button configuration. So the things that I have seen before, when you plug in an Xbox 360 controller, another one, or maybe one of those PlayStation 2 Canonical ones, maybe that worked perfectly, but not with this one. A little bit of a bummer. I really like it. So as a controller, it's absolutely a very good one, not the best one. You can see like, you can just basically hear that there's a weird click underneath on the right D-pad part. But overall, that's what you're going to get. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. I want to thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the little bell, become the Wicked family, and I will see you in the next video.